Picture this, you're driving to work like you normally do, going down the highway. Wide open road in front of you, but all of a sudden you see it. Road work ahead, detour 2 miles. You've taken the same route to work every day for years, and it seems like this same section has been under construction for just as long. Why is that? Well, one of the biggest factors making construction projects of all kinds take so long is that there's a skilled trade shortage. This means that many blue-collar jobs are struggling to find people to work them, with over 82% of manufacturing companies facing a shortage, and construction companies in the United States in need of an extra 500,000 workers. The trade shortage is beginning to have some major impacts on our economy and our modern lifestyle. But what's actually driving this crisis? And is the result truly as bad as these statistics lead us to believe? Some blame the laziness and the poor attitude of younger generations, but are the youth actually at fault? Now, in this video, I'm going to provide a breakdown of what has actually caused the skilled trade shortage and how we can potentially solve it. We'll examine how big the trade shortage is, what's causing it, and finally, the best solutions to it. We're also going to take a look at the crisis through the lens of Jimmy, a high school student deciding which career to pursue. We'll see how Jimmy thinks about skilled trades and if he's really as lazy as older generations see him. But before we try to solve the labor crisis, we first have to understand its origin. The current issues in the skilled labor market trace their roots back to the 2008 financial crisis. Before the recession, there were nearly 900,000 construction companies in the United States. As the recession kicked off, many of these companies closed their doors and the number of jobs plummeted drastically. Over the same time period, the manufacturing industry lost over 1.4 million jobs. Many of these employees chose to either retire or move to more secure industries. As the construction industries began to experience speedy growth throughout the recovery of the 2010s, the number of new workers were unable to keep pace with the expanding market, leading to the ever-growing labor shortage that we now face today. One of the biggest issues is that younger generations are choosing not to enter into trade work at an overwhelming rate. Recent surveys show that only 16% of Generation Z are even willing to consider a career in skilled trades, let alone the smaller percentage that end up pursuing it. So clearly, a major issue is that there are not enough young people to fill the gaps left by aging professionals who are either retiring or switching to other career paths. But why do they avoid it? Well, one of the primary causes that seems to be pushing millennials and Gen Z away from the trades is the current school system. Our modern K-12 education system primarily pushes students towards college as the ultimate way to earn a living. The public school system largely disregards the opportunities within the skilled trades, often portraying them as lesser than college or for kids who fail to get admitted. Now, I'm sure we've all heard a teacher or maybe a parent talk about working in construction as what'll happen if you don't study hard. This largely comes from the world that our parents and teachers grew up in, where a college degree practically guaranteed a middle class or better life, which isn't the case today as college degrees have become much more commonplace. To Jimmy, ever since he started kindergarten, college has seemed like the only option. His parents and teachers always pushed him to work hard to attend a school like Yale or Harvard, not some technical school. He sees college as the only route to success. A career in skilled trades is a fate almost worse than death, tantamount to failure in his mind. So how can we help Jimmy see skilled trades as a viable career path? To tackle this issue, there are two popular solutions that are present in almost every discussion on the skilled trade shortage. Those being to change the culture around trade careers and integrate trade schools into the K-12 education system. First, let's talk about integration through vocational high schools. Many schools are offering technical education options in tandem with traditional classroom education. Some are even offering it as a complete alternative to the normal education path. These are specialized schools where high schoolers can learn a skilled trade from professionals with years of experience. They learn the ins and outs of their trade and gain a solid understanding before entering the workforce. These schools also give kids opportunities to get jobs right out of high school. Many place them in internships or apprenticeships during their schooling, which directly transition into jobs after graduation. These programs work closely with industry-leading companies to provide students with the necessary skills to thrive in their chosen careers and set them up with a direct pipeline to high-paying jobs. But let's take a closer look at one of these technical schools. Are they actually that good? CareerTech is a vocational high school based in Franklin County, Pennsylvania. Students attend from 10th to 12th grade, spending half the year learning their trade and the other half in a traditional high school. The school offers a wide variety of educational programs such as carpentry, nursing, culinary arts, information systems, and automotive repair. In these programs, students not only learn how to perform their trades from textbooks, but also gain actual hands-on experience. For example, their automotive repair course operates as a normal automotive repair shop. People from the local community bring their cars in for repairs, which allows students to gain and practice skills such as diagnosing and solving car problems like they would in a normal mechanic's shop. Students also have the opportunity to gain certifications in their field so that by the time they actually graduate high school, they can go straight into the workforce. Finally, in their senior year, instead of spending half of the year learning their trade, they're given a full-time job with a partner company. This allows students to finalize their training in the real world and serves as a smooth transition into the job market, with many students choosing to continue working at the company they interned at after they graduate. Let's imagine Jimmy growing up in a place like Franklin County where vocational high schools are available. From a young age, he would be allowed to explore different skilled trades through shop classes, which for the record, shop classes aren't even offered in 1/3 of schools anymore. Starting in middle school, he could apply to CareerTech and pursue his passion as a carpenter. He would then spend the next 2 years learning the trade and earning his high school degree at the same time. As he became more and more experienced, he would be able to get summer jobs as a carpentry apprentice and work on construction sites with his CareerTech team. During his senior year, he would get a job with a local construction company that would transition into a full-time career after graduation, where he could start earning $20 to $30 per hour at the entry level. Now, assuming he works 40 hours a week for 50 weeks of the year, he would get between $40,000 and $60,000 a year. And that's actually a really respectable amount. I know a lot of people who are graduating from college who are working jobs getting paid $50,000 or $60,000 a year, and a lot of those jobs are working a lot more than 40 hours a week. Plus, Jimmy doesn't have to take on student loans, and he'll get plenty of opportunities to receive promotions, raises, further certifications, and more training. It's a pretty solid deal. Also, statistically, Jimmy would have a really fulfilling career ahead of him in a field that he enjoys, as over 87% of people in the skilled trades are satisfied with their careers. So again, how do we make younger generations think of skilled trades in a more positive light? Well, first, we can counter the notion of trades as archaic by providing opportunities for younger students to get hands-on with trades. Revitalizing shop classes, which are present in only 1/3 of schools, can help kids see what working in trades is actually like. Another way to improve perceptions is through how teachers and schools treat and/or talk about trade careers within the classroom. Instead of portraying these jobs as careers for people who fail to get into college, they can be held up as an honorable alternative. In career exploration classes, students could be encouraged to look into skilled trades careers in tandem with college-educated ones. Along with college campus visits, students could take a field trip or be encouraged to visit local vocational schools, manufacturing facilities, or job shadow professionals in the industry that they're interested in. For a student like Jimmy, these cultural changes can make a world of a difference. Being encouraged by his teachers to pursue his interest in carpentry makes him more willing to experiment with a life path away from college. He doesn't feel the need to attend college just to meet others' expectations or because it's the only path to success. Through his middle school shop class, he got hands-on experience with woodworking and fell in love with the trade. He was able to visit his vocational school on a field trip and take a tour of a construction site through the resources that his high school provided. This only furthered his interest in the field, making it an easy decision when it came time to apply for a vocational school or college. None of these solutions would fix it overnight, even if we implemented them today. The shortage is still happening and it's going to hurt our economy for a while, but these are just a few ideas that can get at the root of the problem and could turn things around for the long term. Hopefully this next generation is full of Jimmys who are ready to experience all that the skilled trades can offer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and feel free to give your thoughts on the skilled trade shortage in the comments below.